On October 10, local time, reports emerged that Indian financial enforcement agencies had arrested 4 individuals, one of whom was an employee of the Chinese smartphone manufacturer Vivo. In response, Vivo stated to the media, Vivo strictly adheres to local laws and regulations in India. We are closely monitoring the recent investigation and will take all feasible legal measures in response. Previously, foreign media, citing 2 sources, indicated that 4 Vivo employees had been arrested. However, during a court hearing for the executives, the lawyers claimed that only 1 Vivo employee was arrested, referred to as a Chinese citizen in legal documents. These arrests were related to a case from 2022. On the same day, Indian law enforcement agencies conducted a surprise raid on Vivo's offices, alleging that they were investigating potential money laundering activities. Vivo has repeatedly denied these allegations of money laundering. India is the world's second-largest smartphone market, following only China, and it is a crucial battleground for Chinese smartphone manufacturers expanding internationally. As Chinese smartphone brands rapidly seized market share in India, they have become subjects of official restrictions and sanctions imposed by the Indian government in recent years. In 2014, a wave of Chinese smartphone manufacturers, including Vivo and Xiaomi, entered the Indian market and responded to the government's call to establish local manufacturing facilities. By 2019, Xiaomi, Vivo, Oppo, and Realme collectively shipped 99 million smartphones in India, accounting for 65.5% of the overall shipments. However, since December 2021, Chinese smartphone manufacturers such as Xiaomi, Oppo, Vivo, and Huawei have been subjected to tax investigations by various Indian government departments. With allegations of multiple tax issues, why do Chinese companies often face such challenges in the Indian market? Is India no longer welcoming Chinese enterprises? Where will these companies go from here? Before we started today's video, please subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Okay, let's get started. Everything has to start from the special national conditions of India. India has a long-standing tradition of trade protectionism. Prior to the economic reforms and liberalization in the 1990s, India was renowned for its license Raj. In nearly every sector of the economy, including investment, industry, and trade, government approvals were required. The primary objective for businesses was not to compete for market share but to secure government approvals. An anecdote that circulated online tells of an Indian entrepreneur who complained that before the reforms, it took him 1 to 2 years and 50 trips to New Delhi just to obtain approval to purchase an imported computer. What may seem routine today was unimaginably challenging in India at that time. In 1991, India initiated economic liberalization, drastically reducing the average tariff from over 80% in 1990 to approximately 13% by 2008. However, in 2014, when the current Prime Minister Modi came to power, he launched the Make in India campaign, marking a resurgence of India's trade protectionism. Yet, India's strategy appears to have backfired. After 8 years of promoting Make in India, the manufacturing sector's contribution to India's GDP stood at 13.3% in 2022, a decrease of 2.3 percentage points from 15.6% in 2015, marking its lowest level since 1967. Moreover, India has been hoping to benefit from the shifting industrial supply chains amid the strategic competition between China and the United States. Paradoxically, whether through the Make in India plan, which focuses on enhancing domestic manufacturing capabilities, or by trying to capitalize on the rivalry between China and the US, India has exacerbated its dependency on imported components and semi-finished goods from China, along with Southeast Asia and the entire Southeast Asian manufacturing hub, collectively occupies a pivotal position. However, China maintains strong dominance in this network, owing to the scale of its supply chain infrastructure and its advantage in heavy industrial sectors, seeking to make in India while distancing from the broader Southeast Asian manufacturing hub would leave India isolated and without support. Since June 2020, due to geopolitical conflicts and citing national security concerns, The Indian government has implemented several rounds of bans on over 200 mobile applications, including TikTok, WeChat, and UC browser from China. Concurrently, numerous Chinese companies have found themselves entangled in tax disputes. Furthermore, these measures against Chinese tech companies have evolved into a trade policy. On August 3 of this year, India introduced a policy imposing new licensing restrictions on the import of laptops and personal computers, primarily from China. Last year, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, had forecasted an 8.2% GDP growth rate for India in the fiscal year 2022 to 2023, with an expected slowdown to 6.9% for this year. Despite the rising inflation rate that may start to drag on its economic activities, India remains one of the few large economies with high growth potential worldwide. In the past, India was considered a promising destination for Chinese companies, particularly in the technology and internet sectors, due to its immense population, vast market opportunities, and a rapidly growing internet economy. Starting in 2014, various players in multiple domains, such as smartphones, digital entertainment, e-commerce, and local services, flocked to India, transferring China's successful internet development model to the Indian market. This also fueled local industrial upgrading and investment fervor. However, with rapid changes in geopolitics, a continually deteriorating business environment, and India's shifting foreign policies, the Indian market is gradually losing its appeal to foreign enterprises and capital. A rapidly growing global economic powerhouse, India has become a source of mixed emotions for Chinese companies expanding overseas. India was our first emerging market where we made a significant push, accounting for 90% of our total transactions. However, in 2020, India banned our application, said the head of a technology company. A single ban nearly rendered useless all the efforts they had previously made. So we had to shift our focus to Indonesia and start tapping into the Southeast Asian market. Due to the instability in India's official policies, I wouldn't recommend Chinese overseas companies to make India their core market, he lamented. This year, this situation has increasingly become a Damocles sword hanging over the heads of Chinese companies venturing into India. It's not just Xiaomi, BYD, Foxconn, but even Apple has faced these challenges. In April of last year, the Indian authorities expressed a warm welcome to Tesla, to the effect, Tesla is welcome, but Tesla's made in China. Products are not allowed to enter India, they must be made in India. Come to India. India is huge market, where Tesla can manufacture in India and export to other countries. In short, if you want to do business, you can, but you must come to India. The result was countered by Musk. Tesla can go to India to build a factory, but first India has to prove that Tesla can sell in India. In my opinion, India's series of actions are very confusing. First, they use the market to lure the foreign capital to invest. At the same time, they do not negotiate with foreign capital to help them develop. They only think about their own interests and exploit the giants. In the short term, of course, India has made a profit, but in the long run, whether it is good or bad for India is really hard to say. I think in the future, there will be more companies probably reconsider when they enter India. At the same time, the withdrawal of the giants is also taking away employment opportunities in India. Looking back on history and based on reality, I can only sigh. Indians have always played a stable role. Okay, that's all for today. Please put your comments below, and share your insightful ideas with other people. Please keep following our channel and like our videos. Thank you so much for your continuous support. Your precious time with us is highly appreciated. See you.